of this adversity. Suffocating darkness, can see the final light. Not sure how much longer I can continue with the fight. I'm drowning in an ocean of sorrow and despair, crying out for help, but no one's ever there. I used to slit my wrist to erase the images in my brain, but it never really helped and it only brought more pain. Nobody sees my tears cause I'm crying in the rain. All this negative energy can drive a man insane, but I gotta keep going, I gotta give it all I got. I don't have a choice, I have to be the rock. I refuse to give up, this ain't my final hour. Victory and faith, the source of all my power. These demons have a tendency to kick me when I'm down, but I refuse to let them bury me 6 feet underground.
Someone save me, I need a painkiller. Come and set me free, be my drug, my dealer. Someone save me, I need a painkiller. Come and set me free, be my drug, my dealer.
I can feel myself slipping, falling deeper in the darkness. These demons don't care about your feelings, I'm telling you they're heartless. They can turn a heart cold and black within a matter of days, and make you feel trapped inside without a way to escape. They break down the walls in the farthest corners of my mind, and unlock the painful memories I thought I left behind. They recall little things that I thought had been erased, and made me feel hopeless, like my life is just a waste. Cause I'd love to take a heart and fill it with their hate. I don't know the reason why I was placed on this earth, and why I had to endure all the pain and all the hurt, but I gotta fight these feelings, I gotta find my worth. Is there something better for me on the other side? I guess I won't find out until my body dies. But until that day happens, I'll fight against this evil and take back what's mine. Call this a retrieval.
Someone save me, I need a painkiller. Come and set me free, be my drug, my dealer. Someone save me, I need a painkiller. Come and set me free, be my drug, my dealer. Someone save me, I need a painkiller. Come and set me free, be my drug, my dealer. Someone save me, I need a painkiller. Come and set me free, be my drug, my dealer.
And here we are live again at Masters of the Underground. I am your host, The Illusionist, your friendly neighborhood psychopath. With me on the line tonight, we have FaygoLuvers' newest member, Nikki Wickked. She's also done a few co-hosting with me a few times on a few interviews, if y'all
I'm
remember her
fucking
there.
awesome. How
How
are
you doing
you?
tonight, Nikki? I'm doing pretty good. I know we've both been looking forward to this interview for a while now, so it's pretty cool to finally get it started. I know it's your first interview,
It's
so how
like
does it
it's
feel to
a
have your
strange
first ever
feeling,
interview?
you know. I'm kind of anxious and super excited. Like it's like a milestone for me, you know, in my career. It's like I can't deny my work and my progress, you know. Like it's definitely real. Here I am on the radio. So it's a cool feeling. It's like bittersweet for me, you know.
Right, right. And I know you've been got a lot going on lately. So why don't you talk about a little bit of what's coming up in
Basically,
your
right
world
now,
right now?
I'm just putting a lot of my like time into FaygoLuvers, you know. Um, and MHE. I got a lot coming up with the MHE. We got a merchandise line coming in 2017. I'm gonna put together a mixtape. FaygoLuvers is just like it's just been so awesome working with this team. They're so inspirational. Like every day, I get up and they inspire me, you know, to keep moving and to keep pushing. And it's just awesome, totally awesome. And New Year's Evil, I think I'm gonna actually go to that. So,
So in addition to FaygoLuvers, you said you have a mixtape you're gonna be
this is
taking
actually the
out.
first
What's
I've
that
like
gonna be
mentioned it
like?
at all. It's just kind of like my brainstorm I have, you know. I'm basically just gonna take like submissions from local artists and get a producer on it and come together and just have MHE like actually drop, you know, a mixtape and just kind of push local music and art that I feel, you know, the world should hear. You know, I kind of have a little bit of a following, so I just kind of want to bring it all together and just help, you know, push the cause, you know, and turn it into something. I think like the music industry is like about, you know, there's really only one way to go, and that's up. And once you're up, you know, you go back down. So it's kind of about riding the waves, you know. I just take my time with things and enjoy every experience. I'm not like in a hurry, you know what I mean? I just take it day by day, like what flows to me, you know. But yeah, I want to drop this. I want to put something together. You know, I have so many artists that contact me that are just, there's so much talent out there that's not heard, you know, and I just want to figure out how to get it out there, like in a unique way. That's just my thing.
That's awesome. I know you're really good with helping to promote talent.
That's fucking weird. It's so weird, man. My God-given talent is like promoting, you know, all this shit to be good at. This is what I'm good at, but it like almost flows to me so natural that I can't help but do this, you know. That's how I know that it's real, you know.
Right, right. So what would you say is your biggest accomplishment so far in terms of promoting? Would you say that would be
I would
joining
have to say
FaygoLuvers?
that it is joining FaygoLuvers. Like, you know, I was kind of at a strange point in evolution. I was constantly surrounded by writers, you know what I mean? And I was like, your fucking grammar sucks, and you know, so I wanted to work on that side of things, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a good writer as well, but I don't really have any desire to like write music. It's really strange. Like, you know, I love music so much. I just don't have that desire to write it. But I want to be, you know, I wanted to work on my skills and you know, be a good writer. And it's also, you know, I'm good at promoting, so I can work on lots of different things and still promote. And I'm not kidding. Every day I learn something new, you know, through FaygoLuvers, and I'm just super, super blessed.
Let's talk a little bit about MHG. How did you come up with that concept,
Well,
and what made you decide to start that?
You know, I just, from that, okay, I was saying, like, you know, a few years back, I went to this show and some crazy shit went down, and I was in a shitty relationship, and I just had nothing going for me, you know, and I just like picked it up and started, you know, running with it, and it's kind of just had my back ever since, you know. And I was doing so many things, you know. I was like promoting. I'm kind of good at like graphic edit, logo design, you know. I was helping people build their own stuff. I was just doing so many different things. I was like, God, what can I call myself, you know? So that's kind of where like multiple hustle came into play. And then, you know, you put multiple hustle together and entertainment, you know, multiple times hustle equals entertainment. And it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just the idea that came to me, and I just went with it, you know. It's kind of something that's always been like on the back burner, and I'm just like storing knowledge to build it into something someday. Hopefully a record label, but if not, whatever. I'm having a good time doing it. Fuck yeah.
Right, right. You're living your dream. That's all that matters. So let's talk about something that you probably don't necessarily want to talk about, but I know you used to have a modeling career. I wanted to bring that up.
You know, I was doing the music thing, and you know, you meet a lot of different people and stuff, and I met some really cool people from Kentucky, and it was like these three guys, and they were kind of like super nerds, you know what I mean? And they're like three college students. They came together and they each built their own clothing line, and it fucking blew up. You know, there's like one of them built America's Most Wicked. There was Creeper Clothing and I Love Loud Clothing. And they contacted me one day, and Creeper Clothing, they contacted me, and they're like, look, you know, we want you to model our clothing line, or at least some of it, you know. And they sent me a box of clothes, a whole bunch of stuff. I linked up with a photographer. I was like, you know, let's try it. And I must have done good, because then, you know, his buddies were like, well, here, do you want to be America's Most Wicked model? I was like, sure. And then, you know, I was good at that as well. So I got online one day and I filled out this little ad for like actual paid promotional modeling, you know, just to see if I could do it. And they hit me back like 2 days later. So I've also been a paid promo push model is what they call it. Like I sold perfume for Ariana Grande and stuff. It's kind of cool. Like I still kind of work with them a little bit. How it works is like they'll email me gigs that they have. Like this last one I remember reading was like the football game, the Iowa Michigan football game. You know, they just have like pretty girls selling shit, you know. But it kind of came with controversy with like my tattoos and my piercings, you know. So it wasn't really like something I wanted to do. The money's good and stuff, but the underground's like where I feel I belong, you know.
Right, right. And I know you've been to like a lot of shows and concerts. How many concerts and shows would
Well,
you say
in the
you've been
last
to in
year,
the
I didn't
last
even
year?
realize it till I got there, but I went to Rick's on Halloween, and it was like, I don't know, it was like a shift in consciousness for me. I was like, God, this feels weird. And then I like thought about it. That was the first non-Wicked show that I went to last year. So every concert I went to last year was like Wicked music related. But I can't put a number on it. I just know that I went to all the Twisted annual shows except for the Halloween one. There's a lot. I feel like the only place
Yeah,
I
that's a lot of
really
shows.
like
That's pretty
fit
awesome
in
that
like
you're able to.
110% is like at a concert. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I don't know. I just feel like I'm at home there. You know?
Right, right. And it's pretty awesome that you're able to afford to go to that
Yeah.
many concerts. I feel like
Last
some
year I was
people
super
can't
blessed
find
to
the
be able to
time
like
or make
travel
it
to
to as
Michigan and
many as
stuff
you were
like
able
that.
to.
I've started to calm down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That just kind of like, you know, well, what's really awesome about where I live, like I live kind of in like bumfuck Egypt. It's a really small area, but where I'm located is actually like, you know, you can go any fucking direction, and I'm like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from tons of different major cities. So, I mean, it looks like I'm traveling like far away, doing all this crazy shit, when really I just gotta jump in the car, you know, and I can drive like in any direction just a couple hours and I'm in a major city, you know. So, you know, I'm in a, like, Iowa sucks, but it's like a good, like, middle spot for everything, you know what I mean? I can go to Minnesota, I can go to Nebraska, Iowa, you know, Michigan. It's just like, it's the middle of the map, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's an easy
Yeah, and
location to
Iowa
reach all the places
unfortunately
that you
doesn't
need
get
to.
very many shows. You know, I mean they get some. Des Moines gets a lot and stuff, but you know, Des Moines is the biggest city in Iowa, and you know they bring shows that fill arenas. So the underground music kind of gets shunned a little bit, but
Right, right. And now we're gonna go a completely different route. We're gonna take things and get a little weird. I know you mentioned to me earlier today of somewhat about having like a medium type of
it's such
ability.
a
I want
strange
people to know
thing.
this because this is
Okay,
something that most people probably don't know about.
well, like, yeah, I started studying like spirituality and stuff like that, and it kind of leaked into me studying like numerology. I don't know if you know anything about it, but it's like studying numbers. And everybody has 5 life path numbers, and you can calculate them with like your birth name and your birth date and stuff like that. There's like 15 numbers in the numerology alphabet. There's 3 of them that are master numbers: 11, 22, and 33. And if you're one of those numbers, you know, you're blessed with like, I don't know, extra weird shit. I'm an 11, and it says that like a lot of us have medium type abilities, psychic abilities. Like I can manifest shit really quick. I think that's why I work so well in music, because I can just like make it happen quick. I can manifest quick, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't talk to a bunch of spirits and stuff. I talk to like my spirit guides a lot and stuff. But if it's something that I wanted to develop, I guess I could. Weird.
Yeah, yeah. If you already have that
Right.
ability, it's
Right. Everybody has like psychic abilities, but certain people are just blessed with like, you know, like Cleo, you know, she reads the crystal ball, you know, like psychic readers. Like I started reading tarot cards, you know, because I guess, you know, it's my gift. I guess I'm gifted with it.
right, right. Have you ever had any kind of freaky paranormal
Yeah, I
occurrences?
mean, I guess it doesn't really, it's not freaky to me. And, when my uncle passed away, um, he stayed with us when we were younger, and like he used to wake us up a certain way. He'd grab our foot and like shake it, and that's how we wake up. And after he passed, I kept waking up that way, and it freaked me out at first, you know what I mean? But I was like, there's only one thing that it could be, And my dad's like, ghosts ain't real, like it's not real. And I'm like, well, there's fucking universities where people study this shit. It's got to be real, And that's kind of when I started like digging into it, paranormal. I feel like I don't know, it interests me, it fascinates me. I don't know. I feel like I can like tune into it, like tap into it whenever I want to. I feel like
Right.
I'm a weirdo.
Right. Some people always try and shrug it off because
Right.
they don't want something freaky to happen.
Well,
around
I mean,
them.
like
That's
my
usually what I
sister,
find.
she was having like really weird
They don't wanna believe
experiences, like
it.
at her apartment. I went over there, and I'm like, well, I feel like she's telling me to tell you to do this. You know what I mean? And before I realized it, like I was like communicating for them, and like I don't know, shit was better. It's just really weird. It's still kind of something that like I'm like accepting about myself, but it's strange. And everybody should look into their numerology life path numbers. It breaks you down as a person. It helps you understand yourself and why you do the things you do, and what you're passionate about, what you're good at, like your blessings. You are literally like a universe in yourself. You just have to like figure it out. I actually now this is probably
Right.
really
So what would you
weird,
say
but
is your
I did a numerology report for Twisted. I did one for both of them, and Jamie is a double 11, and I can't find very much information on that, so it's probably super rare. So that probably explains a lot. That's kind of weird tidbit, but my dad's girlfriend, I did her. She's a 22, so I've helped a lot of people like figure themselves out that way. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I kind of use it to like help people. You know what I'm saying? Like I help, get them through weird shit just by like helping them learn shit about themselves. It's really weird.
right. And what would you say is your biggest passion today?
I'm giving all my soul right now to like writing. You know what I'm saying? But my like through and through passion is just underground music as a whole. You know what I mean? It's not just one area that I want to master and be good at and know the ins and outs of it. I want to know all of them. You know what I mean? I feel like there's not very many like hubs that support the underground as a whole. So that's kind of my passion, is to build something that is like literally, the crossroads for all of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be like divided or segregated. I want, like, to bring it all together,
Right. And you mentioned writing. What was
like
it
I
that
said,
drew you into writing?
I'm constantly surrounded by artists and stuff. And I gotta say, it's one friend I have on Twitter. I just can't believe it. This dude writes so much. Like, I swear to God, he spends 22 hours a day writing, and he would blow my mind every single day at how much he would write, and like, I don't even really like to write. I don't even like to read, I was like, damn, how do you get yourself to do that? And I was like, well, there we go. That's the shit I like to do. If I, don't really like to do it, then I push myself through it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get stronger, So I was like, he kind of inspired me, and I just, I hit up Scotty, and I was like, you got room for me? And he's like, yes. And we work really well together. Like, he's super awesome. He's so smart. He's so easy to work with, and he's got so many patience and shit. And right now, I just want to get good at that.
Right. And I know there's another something you haven't brought it up yet, but I know something that you seem to be pretty good at is designing
Well,
logos and stuff like that.
I feel like I am. You know what I'm saying? But I just, everything I do that you see right now is done like on my phone, with like free apps and free shit that I find on the internet. It's all, I didn't even put very much money into that. It's just, I just sit down and, to be honest with you, I can do like logo designs and edit for other people, but when it comes to my shit, it's really hard for me to make my own stuff. It's really weird. And then like I'm super thinking about my artists, and I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to build MHE as like a design, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm building like my own world, you know. But when it comes to like other people's stuff, photos and things like that, like I could edit that stuff all day. That's just, I don't know, that's me. I multiple hustle, you know, a little bit of everything.
Right. It's probably harder to do your own thing because you're a little bit harder
I'm
on
like,
yourself
God,
as well. You might
I'm like, God, you know, this is kind of cool, but I think about it so many times that I'm like, oh shit, never mind, it doesn't make sense, you know. But I feel myself growing out of that. You know, my following is like, I love my followers so much, man. They keep me going. Like I can't quit. You know what I mean? I have way too many people that are like, you know, if it wasn't for you, I had this one guy at the gathering. We were in line to go see Boondocks, and he looks up from his phone and he's like, oh my God, dude. He holds his phone up and he was like on my Twitter page, you know, and he's like, you are fucking rad. You know, he's like, can we get a picture together? He's like, you know, I was like, yeah. And he, you know, he kind of broke down a little bit. He's like, I was at a fucked up place in my life. He's like, and then, you know, I found you on Twitter, and, you know, he's like, I got up, I started like just getting into music, and, you know, he's like trying to save my life a little bit. And I was like, damn, dude, that's fucking awesome, you know. And that fucking sticks with me, you know what I'm saying? Like when I feel like quitting and shit, I'm like, I can't, you know, I want to save one more life, you know what I mean? And people stop me, like, and ask me for a picture, you know. It's really weird, but it makes me fucking feel good.
Right. I imagine it's pretty surreal having someone tell you that you helped them save their lives in a way.
I know how that feels. I had this weird phase for like a week where like every day I'd wake up and somebody else would say it, and I was like, man, is this a joke? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really starting to creep me out. You know, I got people like breaking down to me and stuff, like, you know, but then, you know, that's when I realized like I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how or what, but yeah, I've had many people tell me that I've, you know, like kept them going at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really weird. It's crazy. Like, I don't make music.
That's how you know that you just have a natural connection with people, that they just connect with you on another level.
I could I consider myself like a healer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what would you?
I don't know. It's really weird. I just be myself, and I just support the cause, and, you know, people fucking, they're down with it, you know?
Right. And what would you say you're most looking forward to in the coming year? We're almost at a new year already.
You know, there was a full moon last night, and I was kind of going through it, and it was like, you know, it's time to like take a leap of faith, you know what I mean? So as much as, you know, it scares the shit out of me, I'm going to push really hard with MAG, and I'm going to drop the mixtape, and I'm going to drop the clothing line. So that's kind of really what I'm looking forward to. And of course, you know, the gathering and stuff. One of my friends, you know, we were talking the other day, and he's like, you know, you're becoming a household name in the Juggalo world. I was like, man, that's an awesome compliment. You know what I'm saying? So I just look forward to see how much more progress I make, you know, in a year. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not quitting. I can't quit. So I just gotta keep going.
Right. And you know, I wouldn't.
I know you're always like, no, you got this. I got a lot of people out there that.
Right. Now let's back up a little bit, because I heard you mention the clothing line.
Like I said, it's just you know, figuring the ins and outs of how to do it, and to do it the right way, and you know, to save money and stuff. You know, copyrights and trademarks and stuff. Right now, I have a lot of my major support systems. I have major support systems out of Canada, New Mexico. I even have people in Germany right now. So when it comes to trademarks and copyrights, logos and licensing and stuff like that, you know, you got to figure out all that shit overseas. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of work, you know, for one Ninja Army and a couple other people. But like I said, I'm just going to take my time with it, and, you know, let the wise ones inspire me, and just, you know, take my time. living the dream.
Right, right. I'm sure whenever you get around to
Yeah,
doing music,
I got a hold
anybody wants
of
to be
my
involved with it.
really good friend. I've known her for years. She can draw like a motherfucker, but she is so insecure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm standing here with these dope ass designs, and I'm like, how do you not see what I see? You know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing her to, to help me design this clothing line. I have two other artists on with me, and we're just like coming together when we can and just building this. And I want her to create, like, my own font, and she's really insecure, so I got to push her through it, but these are my friends, these are my people. I'm going to build them up with me, and it's just nerve-wracking. You don't want to fucking run off 1,000 t-shirts that nobody's going to buy, so you got to figure out the best way to go about it. Do you want to sell them online and print them off as you go, or just run them off? I don't know. I'm going to master the industry as a whole. I'm going to be something someday.
You already are
Thank
something in
you.
most
Thank
people's
you.
book. You're just gonna only go bigger
It's
from
really,
here.
it's so brings back, 4 or 5 years back when I was just, like doing nothing with my life. Everything was fucked up. I kind of came up in a dark place. I had to fight off a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of fucked up shit. But it's like I can't even be mad about that shit because music on and blesses me. For every fucked up thing that's happened to me, I have a blessing that music has given me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my yin and yang. The strongest of the healers go through the most fucked up shit. And I just I'm thankful for every fucked up thing I went through. It made me who I am.
Exactly. The more negativity you usually go through, it makes you stronger as
Right.
a person as a whole. What would your current playlist look like?
It's man, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel like I go backwards in time with music. I've been listening to a lot of Dark Lotus lately for some reason. Lots and lots of Dark Lotus, and definitely Twisted. I got a lot of Yellow Wolf, Rit, Tech Nine right now. Definitely Potluck, and I have these little local artists that I've always carried with me and stuff. But definitely the Wickked, definitely is at the top right now.
What would be some of the local artists you're talking about? Give them a little shout out. We like to help the local
let's see here. BG the Real out of Waterloo, Crimro out of Florida. These artists are slept on, you know what I'm saying? They have talent. There's I think there's so many. My boys are in the town right next to me. Shit, let me think of their name. 36 Records. Sin City out of Spencer, Iowa. Spoken Truth. Wicked Whisper. There's tons of them. The list goes on and on and on.
And we all know about my homie Spoken Truth and Wicked Whisper. Me and Spoken Truth are working on something now, and I've had a lot of help from Wicked Whisper with my music in the past. So shout out to both of them as well.
She's a shit, man. She inspires me. There's not very many women, in this industry that keep moving and keep earning respect. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to have that class to you and that sophisticated side. You got to be able to take, the hate and the stereotypical shit that the world's going to throw at you, and it's definitely not for the weak-minded. And she's definitely got it. She's got it. It's only a matter of time for her before she breaks to the surface. And when it comes to females in Wicked music, you know what I'm saying, there's not very many. And I think whenever she's ready, she's gonna step through and just shine.
I agree. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of women in that genre to begin with, which makes me gain even more respect for the women that do put their heart and soul into it and go all out.
Yeah. Yep. Fuck yeah.
So what would you say in terms of writing, what's been your biggest accomplishment?
Writing?
Yep.
Writing for I did write for True Juggalo Family, and now I've also wrote for FaygoLuvers. You know, to me that's a big accomplishment. You know, I didn't like haven't wrote very much yet. One of them, you know what I'm saying? But every time a FaygoLuvers post and I click on it and I see my name right there, you know, it's just the best feeling in the world. You know, it's got their album or their LP. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. You know that your name is on it and that you wrote it, and you know FaygoLuvers. You know they got a pretty big fucking following. So you know my name gets out there, and it's just I'm fucking proud of that. That's probably my biggest accomplishment, I'd say, writing wise. And I've also, you know, I've helped a lot of people write.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've assisted a lot of groups in, you know, writing albums and stuff. Dead Writers out of Sioux Falls, I helped them write their whole LP. There's a whole list of songs that, you know, I've had a part in, you know, Chillin' All Alone, Dub Zavelli, you know, I inspired that shit. Crim Row, I know my name's in his shit, so I know I inspired him, you know. And that's what's also amazing about what I do. Like, even if an artist doesn't, you know, directly say you inspired me, like I can find it in the music, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, that's me, that's awesome, you know, like in numerology, again, you know, my life journey number, I'm a 1, and it says that like I'm inspirational, and it's like if you just keep doing that, the universe is gonna have my back, you know. That's what it tells me to do. It tells me to keep inspiring people, so that's what I'm gonna do. Working. And it's
Right.
crazy. It's
So
crazy
you're in the
because
like mind of putting positivity out, and you get positivity back.
you know it was fucking hard to get my message through, especially when I got like, you know, to like the wicked, to the darkness. You know, you come through fucking painting everything rainbow. I pissed a lot of people off at first, you know, and I didn't think that like so many people would jump on and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, peace and love, you know what I'm saying? But we're still pissed off, you know what I mean? But like, fuck you if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Jamie said the other day on his Facebook Live shit, he's like, I live in my own world. I live inside my own head. And I'm like, fuck me too. You know, I live inside my own world with my people and, you know, with what I do. I give it like everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful. I don't know what I do without it. Like, I think about people like on Facebook. If you're not like promoting music or pushing music or doing something, like what the fuck are you doing online? You know what I'm saying? You sit around and wait for your high school buddies to check on you. Like what do people do online if they're not like, you know, pushing music or, you know, getting in and finding people that, you know, you relate to, you know?
Right. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that are online, if they're not in it to help support something or
It's like,
show
what
their
do they
support,
do
they're usually
though?
on it
What
to
do they
hate.
do while they're online? I don't know. That's how like into my world I am. I just don't see it any other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'd do without it.
Right. Yeah, it's like the ultimate opportunity to push for stuff. That's the benefit of social media. It's kind of like a two-edged sword in a way because it's perfect for a benefit to promote stuff, but then it's bad for other things as well because some people get so involved with it that they ignore the outside world.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can honestly say that I've been there. You know what I mean? Like I closed myself off, but that stems back to me and my weird abilities and stuff. Sometimes people do that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why you got to figure yourself out to figure out why you're doing the things that you're doing, because it may not seem right or feel right, but you know, it might be a universe thing telling you like, you know, you need to focus on this, you know. So sometimes I view it as a bad thing, you know, because like I said, I've done it. I've been fucking obsessed with this shit. You know, you have to give everything, you know, if you really want it to be something. But, you know, I found out later on down the line that, you know, people that have these gifts and talents like me, you know, sometimes they do close out the outside world so that they can, you know, build their own inside world and figure out their own shit. You know what I mean?
Right. And what would you say has been the weirdest thing that you've seen in your lifetime?
um, I'm gonna have to say it was at the gathering, dude. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Yeah, so this year at the gathering was the year of the butthole. I don't know if you've heard that or not, but I seen a dude licking another dude's butthole, and that was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever fucking seen in my life, dude. It was, oh man, yeah, the gathering. I've seen a lot of weird shit at the gathering, dude.
Yeah, I would chalk that up as something pretty weird to see.
Dude, they woke up the next day talking about how they weren't gay and shit. I'm like, dude, y'all are gay. So many people, man. I looked around there with probably fucking 70 phones out recording that shit, dude. I was like, just go hit up the neighbors, man. They got that shit fucking recorded. Oh man, I had a blast. I had a fucking blast at the gathering. If you've never been to one, you need to go. You need to go, and if you've been, you need to go again.
Right. I know that's the place to be for juggalos to just come together. You may see some weird shit when
Oh
you're
my
there,
god,
but
yeah.
it all makes it part of the experience.
It was fucking awesome.
So what would you say is the farthest distance you've traveled to go to a concert?
Let's see here. Well, okay, so I was out on the West Coast with some friends of mine, and we were out in Seattle, and I was with someone, and he had friends out there. His dad, went to school with somebody, and they had family out there. Blah blah blah. We went out there, and we're like, "Fuck yeah, let's go to Tech Nine." I thought it was a good idea until I get there, man, and I'm standing there with 2,000 hippies, bro, and everybody started sweating. I was like, oh my, it smelled so bad in there. It was. I mean, the show was sick as fuck, but being in one room with 2,000 hippies, that was crazy. Seattle Tech Nine show was massive, but other than that, just like Detroit, Columbus is a jaunt for me. 12 hours for me.
Yeah, 12 hours. That's
But
a
you
pretty long
got to
drive.
keep in mind, man. I live in fucking Iowa where shit does not happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to get in my car and go, to it. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait for that fucking shit to come to you because it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't cost that much money to fill up your gas tank a couple times and to buy a fucking $30 ticket. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a true juggalo, you'll find a place to sleep. You'll find food to eat. You know what I'm saying? Life is about stacking memories, dude, like Violent J said. And I just go. I just save my money. I don't blow my money on anything other than, like music. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that hard to save up a few $100s. And I like to travel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fucking fun. Because I'm from a small area, so when I get to, like, the interstate outside Detroit and everybody's fucking balls to the wall doing, like, 100 miles an hour, dude, I'm like, yes, dude, this is fucking awesome, And I'm a small-town Iowa girl, dude, and if I don't, like, get up and go do that, then I'll never experience it, So it's just what I put everything into, That's how I choose to spend my life.
Right. You were talking about how you inspire people, and just that of itself, what you just said, could probably inspire a lot of people to just
I hope so.
get
I
out
hope
there
so,
and
'cause
do stuff. Don't wait for it to come to you.
Instead of fucking blowing money on all these video games and shit to entertain you at home, you know what I'm saying? Rough that shit out for a couple weeks and just, stack up a couple $100. It's really not that hard, and it's really not that expensive. And the more you do it, like, the better you get at it. You know what I'm saying? And I always just, like, find a homie or two. Like, if you can find two homies to go with you, you split everything 3 ways. It's cheap as fuck. Seriously. You're not like, it's really not that expensive. It looks like it is, but it's really not. You just got to want it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then, like you said, finding a few people to split the cost just makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. And fam, they're down to ride. Well, my fam around here, like, there's not very many juggalos where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? When I first got out of my car in Detroit and nobody fucking looked at me weird for being a juggalo, I was like, damn, this feels really good to me, because I've never experienced that. From where I live, they don't have very many. There's a squad of us, you know what I mean? There's probably like 20 of us, and we've grown up together, So, when I got to Detroit and I actually got to see the fam, like where fucking the Hatchet was born and raised, you know what I'm saying? That felt so good to me. Like, I don't know. It was amazing. It was worth every penny that I fucking saved to go, Like nobody looked at me weird. I could be myself. You know what I'm saying? You walk in the gas station and there's fucking pallets of fucking Faygo everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is so rad.
Right, that's the best feeling when you finally
I felt
feel
like I was like at home,
like
I could be myself, you know what I mean? I had blue fucking hair. Nobody fucking cared, you know what I'm saying? Like it was rad. That's why I'll get in my car and I'll go again, you know what I'm saying? Detroit's never gonna come to me. I gotta go to them or anywhere, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing like a Twisted show with 2,000 ninjas, you know what I'm saying? I went to Twisted in Minneapolis a few months ago, and it was super small, you know what I mean? And I was like, wow, that's why I get in the car and go to Michigan, because 2,000 people compared to, 100 people, dude, I go crazy. As soon as I get to a Twisted show in Michigan, I just go to the back of the crowd because I need the whole fucking space. I need the whole dance floor to just fucking go crazy. I get all my rage out. Like, everything makes sense. Like, yeah, that's just. But yeah, like around here, Iowa,
that's awesome. And
Iowa and
I'm
Minnesota,
sure...
it sucks, but there's just not much fam around here, And like, I walked up to an ICP show, and all the niggas were outside smoking, and it was kind of after the split or whatever. But me and my homies were like, whoop whoop, and none of them whooped us back at an ICP show. None of them fucking whooped us back. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But in Iowa, it's not okay. It's not okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not okay to be that different. But I don't give a fuck.
Right. Be yourself. Who gives a shit what anybody else thinks?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So what makes you decide to stay in Iowa and not move to, say, another state?
Right now, it's just like my family and stuff. You know what I mean? Hopefully someday I'll be moving so fast I don't have time for nothing, But right now, I kind of just stay here so that, I can stack money, I can study the industry and things like that, you know what I mean? I know that eventually I'm going to move up out of here because I can't move like I did when I was in Des Moines, you know what I'm saying? There's no venues around here. I can't really book around here, so I kind of just, that's why I picked up writing and promoting again, but it's to be, around my grandparents. Are old, you know what I'm saying, just to appreciate the fam before I go and fucking spread my wings, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So is that another interest of yours, booking shows for people?
Okay, I did it when I was in Des Moines, and like I said, in that city, it's really hard to do because they book shows that fill arenas, But I did do it in Des Moines, and I was good at it. I made money off of it. Of course, I fell on my face a couple of times before I made it shake. But yeah, but for me, that's kind of like on the bottom of the list, the shit I like to do. Because I'm like Bridezilla on show day. You know what I'm saying? I am fucking crazy. You know what I mean? You got to put your face into like 10 different artists that they're going to fucking be here at this time, that, and if you're a good promoter, it's kind of like chess. Everything's supposed to play out this way, but you got to have a backup plan that has a backup plan that has a backup plan and backup money just in case. You have to think of everything that could go wrong and be prepared, prepared for any fucking thing, and, my following at the time was mostly artists, so I felt like I was leaning towards more of like a management type thing. You know what I mean? Like I could book a show, I could make a show, I could make it go, but like pulling the crowd and things like that, you know what I'm saying? I just needed a bigger team. And it was just something, I think maybe later on down the road, that'll be something more that I'll do again, but I definitely do know how to do it. I like to help people do it, and I booked Lil White, DG, yeah, I've done a few different things.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can tell that you're a person of multiple talents, which is a good thing to have about you.
Yeah, it is. And over the years, I'm just learning how to balance this shit and somehow put it all together. And I mean, even if I don't ever make money off this shit, everything that I've got to go and do alone makes it all worth it.
Right, right. And we're going to go back and get a little bit weird again and talk about some more of the paranormal stuff just because that's a huge thing I'm into.
Okay.
How many spirits have you seen or talked to in your lifetime?
Um, you know, I have kind of learned to like shut it off and and just talk to my spiritual guide. I'm a firm believer that when your family passes away, it's because you're going to need a spiritual guide. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't try to really like tune into to much, but me and my cousin got together and he had a baby sleeping upstairs, and there was a baby monitor downstairs and one upstairs, and we're just sitting there like smoking whatever, and all of a sudden it was like there was like this growling noise, and I was like, what the fuck, dude, the baby's growling. So I ran upstairs, opened the door, and the baby was just laying there sleeping. I was like, what the hell? Went back downstairs, sat down, and it fucking did it again. So I went up, checked again. I was like, cuz, man, you need to figure this shit out. Like, this is really happening. I was like, ask it what it wants. And he's like, what the fuck do you want? And then through the baby monitor, dude, it was like, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, holy shit. I grabbed my fucking purse and I ran out of the fucking house. And from that day forward, like, when me and him get together, we like to kind of like, fucking fuck with the spirits, you know what I'm saying? So I would honestly say that I've, come in contact with a lot of them. It's something that I seriously, I was like so fascinated by this shit. And now, it's because I probably have a little bit of an extra gift, but yeah, at one point in time, I was like super fascinated by it.
Right, right. Yeah, the second you mentioned the growl in that, I was automatically thinking it was probably something negative.
Yeah, well,
because it's usually associated with
it was
negativity.
really weird because the guy that lived next door to him was like they call him like a shaman. I don't know what the fuck he was, but he did like readings and stuff, and he sat down with them and he's like, look, the spirits, they're not evil, but they're pissed off. There's a couple things that they wanted them to change around the house. Like they wanted to take the flag down, rearrange the bedrooms. And, so they did those things and they learned to live together. You know what I'm saying? Like the spirits weren't leaving and they weren't leaving. So they just came together and figured out how to like live together. It was kind of creepy, weird. Sometimes when I talk about this shit with people, they're like, wow, this is crazy. But this shit definitely happened, and it's definitely real.
Right, right. Yeah, some people might think you're crazy, but when you're amongst the fam, we all think it's kind of some badass stuff. So none of us think you're crazy.
Right.
It's all something that interests a lot of us.
Right, yeah. That's why it's so awesome here, you know what I mean? Like, just be yourself.
Right, right. So have you ever done anything crazy like a seance in a graveyard or something crazy like that?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever done anything crazy like a seance in a graveyard?
Well, see, like, I don't fuck with the Ouija board, you know what I'm saying? I don't do anything like that, you know what I'm saying? All I gotta do is, like close my eyes and I feel like I can summon that shit. I live right down the road from a cemetery. Like, where my house is sitting used to be a cemetery. And we live right next to a river, and it kept flooding out. So they moved the cemetery up the hill, and like over time, this land quit flooding. So they eventually put a house right here. So I'm pretty much where a cemetery used to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always there. So I guess I'm always fucking with the spirits in the cemetery.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like ground zero for paranormal activity right there.
Yeah, dude,
that's like anything out of any kind of horror movie you've ever
some weird
seen.
shit that happens out here, but like I said, we've just learned to live with them, and yeah, it's actually, if you live next to a river and shit like that, that could be like a portal. You need to have flowing water to create like like a portal for them to cross through or whatever. So I don't know, hopefully nobody's ever fucked with anything like that. But yeah, I do get a lot of activity here, but like I said, I just talk to the ones that I know. They help me through.
Right. That's probably a smart thing to do. You don't want to draw in anything else that's too negative.
Right. I mean, like I said, me and my cousin have done some weird shit. Honestly, the only thing you need to communicate with the dead is a necklace. And I didn't show me. He's like, check this shit out. He's like, give me your necklace. Was holding it up. And he's like, starts talking to his spirits or whatever. And he's like, show her what yes means. And fucking the necklace started swinging back and forth. He's like, thank you. And then it stopped. And he's like, show her, what no means. And it started swinging side to side. And I was like, oh my fucking God, this is crazy. And literally, we like communicated with it. Like it would answer yes and no questions. It was crazy.
Yeah, that sounds pretty insane. It sounds like quite the experience.
Dude, I swear to God, that shit happened. Try it.
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna try
Yeah,
it.
you be careful.
I'll leave that for other people. Yeah, I'll stick to watching Ghost Adventures and shows like that instead of trying to do it myself. So I know you've helped me co-host in the past. Have you ever thought about doing more interviews? Like, is that something you enjoy as well? Interviewing people?
Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Hopefully it'll be something. I got a frog in my throat. Hang on.
It's all good.
Hopefully, with FaygoLuvers, that will be something like I'll be able to do. I watch Scotty D's interviews and stuff. Sorry. I got my drink. Yeah, I hope that, in the future that will be something more that I can do. I've started to become kind of more comfortable with it now. But yeah, definitely. I've even thought about doing like a radio station and stuff, but I do so many multiple things that it's really hard for me to like focus on one thing. Like I really like change, and I really like, you know what I'm saying? Like what I want today is not going to be what I want tomorrow, and that's okay with me. Like I thrive for change, like, so it's hard for me to sit down and do one thing, but yeah, I wouldn't mind doing more of that. It kind of goes hand in hand with what I do. So it's something that I want to get better at for sure.
Right. That's not necessarily a bad thing to have different goals each day. It's kind of a good thing to always set yourself a new goal to take yourself to the next level.
Yeah. You don't ever want to like spend too much time, so you got to keep moving. Like that's, if I could give any advice, it's just keep moving, keep pushing, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't feel like you're making a difference, you might be, you never know. I had one artist tell me, he's like, thanks for your support and shit. Like I see you online. He goes, you got to keep in mind, there'd be 100 people that like your status, but how many things you think? That really, you know what I mean? Like just, there's a lot more people that see your shit even on it. You're still, like I know how to make shit reach like 1 million people in one day. I'm really good at pushing shit online.
That's pretty insane. That's kind of a talent right there. If you can make it reach that many people, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's weird. You have to stay persistent, you know what I'm saying? You almost have to fucking be annoying. Like, you let her like, oh, you're the chick that blows my phone up in the morning. I'm like, that's me. That's my entrance music. But yeah, you got to stay persistent. That's one thing I've learned over time. Music slows down. Even when the world like, that's when music fucking comes alive, because the world, they can think, they can fucking, just be without the world and shit. So it never fucking slows down. And if I don't line and make some 24 hours, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to move. I just try to move stuff every day.
Apologize for that, folks. We had a few technical difficulties on my end. You can't have everything go perfect all the time. We got a couple minutes left. I'm going to let Nikki Wickked throw some shout outs and whatever else she wants to say to end out the show. I thank everybody for listening tonight. Be sure to tune in next week. We got Psychosomatic coming on. We got a few other interviews throughout the rest of January. Pay attention to our Twitter and our Facebook and all that. You'll see those interviews as they come up.
Anyways, I want to give a shout out to Papa Bear MAT. I just want to give a shout out to all my followers, the Twitter followers, all waking me up, Bear MAT, all my followers, all of you. I love all you guys. Shout out Masters of the Underground. Shout out Potluck. Shout out fucking the whole fucking underground, dude. I love you guys.
This is the Haunted Radio, powered by the cries of the living and the souls of the dead. If you're hearing this message, run and don't look back.
Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow.
The radio's possessed. I'm telling you it's haunted. One time it showed up on America's Most Wanted. It slaughtered 10 people in the middle of the night. Spread its wings like a bat. It fucking took flight. It speaks in many tongues. It calls itself a demon. Stand too close, your ears will start bleeding. It's pure fucking evil. It'll suck out your soul. There's nothing you can do to stop its killer control. Control.
Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow. Once from the cemetery created this radio. Everything you hear is haunted audio. It'll take the form of your rhymes, and no one survives once it's terrorized and paralyzed with lullabies of your homicide takes shape of a warlock, goblin, or witch. Have you begging on your knees like a good little bitch. There's no censorship, it'll have you shitting your intestines, spreading infections of demonic possession. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow.
It's a Haunted Radio, come check out my flow. I'm a murder motherfucker, in case you didn't know. Possessed by demons, savior of the wicked shit. Morbid lullabies, that's the type of shit I kick. I rep my weirdos, freaks, and outcasts. Voice of the misfits, gory like a bloodbath. If you didn't know, just ask about me. This is don't give a fuck what they say about me.
Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. We got ghosts, freaks, and weirdos everywhere you go. It's a Haunted Radio. Come listen to the show. From Philly to Monroe, we'll scare you with our flow.
This is the broadcast of the Haunted Radio. You better watch your back. We're coming for you. And it will be ready.